It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Washington football team. It's the Battle of the Beltway. Baltimore and Washington are underway. This taken in at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful. It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. On 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Jackson steps away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there. Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open. True. So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them. 1st down, Heineke. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. Do what we do. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Ravens lead at 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive. And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in. But they told us, they've got confidence, and that's not a problem. Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. On 3rd down, Heineke. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago. So a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there. And they get the 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. him just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Off the play fake, Heineke. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he almost made it, but just... short, finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. They'll try to run with Gibson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson punching it in from a yard away. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. These two teams all tied after 1. Rolling to his right. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Flushed out right. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
That is definitely what we call our defensive uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And they'll get him down right about the 20. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 11 now. Heineke escaping the pressure right. That one caught by Gibson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Time rolls around. Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Heineke to throw for it on 4th. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Jackson on 1st down, sliding out of the pocket. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious This decision to go for it doesn't pan out, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. The play fake, and now Heineke. They'll roll him out right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half here. Heineke rolling to his left. And he rifles one incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. No return here for Carter. And this will be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
On second down, here's Gibson again. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. He finds some open field here. 20. And down to the 11. 67 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now they try the right side here. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now Heineke on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That's taken in by Duvernay. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devontae Freeman there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now from 5 yards further back, this becomes a 37-yard extra point attempt. It's good to make it 17-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. McKissick again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. On 1st and 10, Heineke. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Heineke now from the 50. Thomas has got it. Complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And he'll give it here to his running back. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with McKissick. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. And now here's a carry heading left. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there that's going to bring up the 4th down. But look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down. Flushed out right. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted. And
he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington able to make this a close game again. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 62 yards. And the Ravens use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Tucker now for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15... the risk-reward is just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. 2nd and 16. A give to Gibson running right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now Heineke. Finding Sam. Fights through, and now a crease. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he goes out right around the 39.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Here's Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Jackson to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now Jackson rolling to his right. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.